log number... Well, I can't say 3. 3 isn't really published yet. In that case, log number -1? Well, it doesn't matter. What matters is that it seems like I didn't explain how dimensions really work. In case you haven't noticed, I'm not publishing these things from your dimension. I'm publishing from my dimension and they get sent to yours. So how does that work? Well, when I discovered dimensions, or well, when I rediscovered it, it seems like I have found a research that says that whenever something exists whenever like something that has interconnections to other people exists in a universe, if it can exist in the other, they both can communicate. So in that case, whenever I, let's say, send out a video in that platform, it gets sent out to yours since they both interconnect. My dimension doesn't have your platform, so I forced it in through a series of computers, monitors, and stuff, and now it works. Whenever I publish something in my universe can't see it since the platform doesn't really exist, but your universe can see it since the platform already exists. I have been thinking of trying to find a way to get a camera so I can really show you some of the researches, the books that I found talking about the whole story that kind of connects to what we're having today, and well, the research papers of Volt. And through that, you might understand the situation more. Now, as said, there are books talking about a story that kind of interconnects with us. In the current day, we are suffering from something that we do not know, but we know is a godly level. It calls itself violence, but we know it as rogue. Rogue is a creature that does not exist physically, but digitally. And from what I see, it cannot harm a person physically, at least not yet. Well, I'm not really sure. I haven't found the rest of the logs. Maybe it did, maybe it didn't. But from the research, from the news, I've never seen somebody get hurt by something. They only get the disease. And I cannot confirm that the disease is from it. Well, yeah, obviously it is. But I cannot confirm that it is it doing that. So it cannot be a physical threat. But I can confirm that it is a digital one since it seems to infect phones, and from that it just manifests the phone and turns it off and somehow lives in it, as seen from the phone that Volt found and didn't really know how to open it up. It just was stuck on a red screen. So now I associate red with it, since most of its stuff is just red. The logs it did, which I'm not really sure how it did it, but it has some logs that I've been publishing, and these logs are basically just red. So I'm associating the color red with anything it has to do with it. Alright, so now, to get the record straight, the books are not 100% correct, so I cannot really say something and you cannot really believe it. The book says that there is a god named God Eater. It is something beyond us and God himself. It is something beyond a god level. This thing was said to exist between dimensions, between something called the void. These voids had fragments of that god, and when they collided, they made him the God Eater. The God Eater is basically just a demon that just likes to destroy anything in its way. And from the books, it says that it's made out of 7 fragments. One of them being violence, the other being strength, and the third being honor, and the rest are not known. Of course, I'm not really sure what strength and honor has to do with a demon that likes to destroy dimensions, but, well, who am I to know? But right now, I do not think I'm in danger, since the thing doesn't acknowledge my existence. It killed Volt, surely, but I cannot say that it knows where I am. Also, Volt did not pass the research onto me. He passed it on to someone that I do not know. If I can reach to him, in that case, I can finally know more about the research, since he probably gave him more records than I have. I only have like 7, well, not have in my hand, but I'm pretty sure I know where they are. But the others, I do not know. I only have records of witnesses and stuff that I, well, plan on to publish later. But for now, I'm just trying to focus on finding the Volt ones. Rogue also has some records that I've been finding out of nowhere, and, well, publishing them seems to show people more about him, but it scares me. His first log, he was looking for a voice box as something to talk with, because he didn't want to talk with a, with a generated voice. So he found it, I guess, since the second log he made, he's talking with a normal human voice. So in that case, I'm pretty sure he found it. But it scares me because I do not know if he can manifest a human. It can manifest devices, sure, but it can also maybe manifest records, since that's probably how it's making them, but I do not know if it can manifest an actual human and control him. So this is probably going to be a pain in the ass to, well, find out how. For now, I'm just grateful that people are starting to notice these records. It's an actual warning to something that is happening from another world. And I do not know if it is a multi-dimensional threat. From what I can see, it's only threatening ours. But right now, I want people to find me in your universe. If you don't know, dimensions already have me in every one of them, and it already has you in every one of them. So if your dimension can find you, it's confusing. If your dimension can find me in your dimension, that would be great help, because I'm pretty sure me from another dimension probably has some researches that also include the rogue/violence research. In that case, this is the only help I need right now. Now, there's one more thing that I need to make, well, very clear. The logs and the research and everything Volt has done was never passed on to me. It was passed on to one of his apprentices. I were one of them, but, well, I'm the lower one, I guess, since he does not count me in the other 5. He has 5 people, and he said to them that when he dies, the older one will get it, like research and stuff, and the rest of the people will wait I just do not know where he is. I will know eventually, but for now, I'm just looking around aimlessly and collecting whatever I can find from Volt's house. Volt seems to have a locked drawer that I cannot seem to open because he has a key for it, and that key is not with me. And whenever I try to break it, somehow it's not breaking, and I'm guessing it's because he reinforced the wood from the inside with metal. Whatever is in that drawer is probably very important. I'll post the updates when I can.